And so I want Anita to come in and chime in on some of the things as far as you belong to your choice, and what are some of the things with the new nature that you wrote some comments you want to share with the audience today.
Well, I think we ended off with me reading Romans chapter 12, verse 2, where it gives us a command to not conform to this world or this age. And I also mentioned that it begins with a sincere desire, a recognition that you are powerless actually to help yourself in ridding yourself of the fleshly desires, but you serve God with your mind and your heart and your understanding. And so, as we're going and delving now into the new nature, that sincere desire asks for an extra experience with the Holy Spirit. It asks God for a refreshing of His Spirit. When I was reading in my own personal study in a book that I mentioned last week, and it's called A Shepherd Looks at Psalm 23, and it's by Philip Keller. He mentions that many times we as Christians, as sheep, we get to a place to where the Lord has placed us in this prime location. It's called the tableland. It's also called a mesa, a table where He prepares for you a place before your enemies, where there's peace and there's no misery, there's no trouble. But along comes other issues, and in a sheep's life, it would be the parasites that fly around the face of, if you've ever been on a farm or been around cattle, where flies and bugs and bot flies and nasal flies. The nasal flies are the worst because they will lay their eggs in the sinus tract and cause a lot of discomfort for the sheep.
Ew,
And
yeah.
he talks about how many times that will cause such a disturbance and an irritation in the sheep that's infected, and it can also infect the other sheep. But it will drive them mad because of the infection, the inflammation that's also caused from the infection. But also with the flies that are continually flying around, he talks about how many times they will run. You might see an animal running through the field or beating his head against a tree, and that's because there's an infestation of all the flies, mosquitoes, gnats. And the next course of action for the Good Shepherd is to anoint the sheep with oil. And so we get into a new direction. And he says that as soon as the shepherd anoints the sheep's head with oil, there's an immediate change in disposition.